I don't really know how to be processing this news. Life was essentially back to normal. New Zealand is probably deemed one of the safest countries in the world right now. Life has returned to normalcy. I can go to my office for work. I can, go to the gym. And I can hang out with my friends without any worries. New Zealand was able to stamp out COVID-19 when it first entered, and we have been 102 days without any sort of community transmission. However, COVID-19 is back, and upon the discovery of 4 community transmitted cases, our government decided to go into lockdown the following day at noon. And in recent days, additional cases have also emerged. So right now, Auckland, the city which is where those cases were found, as well as the city where I'm currently living, is in level 3 lockdown, and the rest of the country is in level 2 lockdown. My prediction is that tomorrow, Friday, the government is going to announce that we are actually going to go into level 4 lockdown. I don't really know how to be processing this news. Life was essentially back to normal in New Zealand, and for it to be completely reshuffled back into quarantine feels very surreal. I feel extremely grateful to be living in New Zealand, but it has taken a little bit of time for this news to actually sink in and for me to process some of these thoughts. And so that's why I decided to make this video as a way for me to process, a way for me to cope, and kind of make sense of what's going on. And I think this will also be really interesting to look back on in the future for what has been an extremely crazy year already, and who knows what's going to be in store for the rest of the year. I know that this is the least of anyone's worries right now, but I just feel a little bit down because I had built up so much momentum at the gym. I was getting into the swing of work again, and I was just really looking forward to going road tripping with my friends this weekend as well. I just feel like all of that is gone. My way of coping is through extensive sighing, where I'm just as well as stress eating. So that has been me for the last couple of days. I haven't really tried to stop myself to doing these things either, because I know that this is my way of coping. Time will pass and I will come to accept and just simply move on, but it's still going to take a little bit of time. At this point, I think just with how unpredictable this whole pandemic has been, and in relation to my status as an international student and my school's decisions for this upcoming fall semester, with every decision that gets announced now, either by the government in New Zealand, in America, or by schools, I'm kind of just taking them as they come. I feel extremely grateful to be a Kiwi and to be living in New Zealand and going through this pandemic here. I really appreciate and I'm extremely grateful that the government has taken such swift action over the emergence of community transmitted cases, because I know that it isn't the case in other places of the world. The government had cautioned people to be prepared for a second wave, and the second wave definitely was going to emerge someday. It was just a matter of when. I feel an immense sense of gratitude for the people who are staying at home and doing their part for the communities, and with the amount of casualties that have died because of this pandemic, simply I feel grateful that I am alive and I am able to wake up every single day. Because I have this YouTube channel, I'm hoping that I will be able to raise awareness for people who are watching this video to step up for themselves as well as for their communities. I know that losing your freedom has been hard, and it has been such a long time as well, but we can't be complacent, and this little sacrifice that you're going to be making now is such a minuscule part of your entire lifetime. So I'm hoping that you are willing to make this little sacrifice to stay at home, to put on your face mask, to social distance when you do go outside. I'm hoping that you will be able to do these things for the unity of the people around you. Because of you, as well as other people making these changes, there will be less infections and there will be less casualties. I know this, and I'm saying this because it has worked in New Zealand and it can work in your area as well. This entire pandemic has just put for me into perspective how valuable life is, as well as how short-lived life can be. Right now, I'm kind of just living day by day, because I've found that there is no point dwelling on the past, and there's also no point planning so far into the future, because things could change in just an instant. I think the goal should be to worry about what you can control, but at the same time, also not to worry. So I really do encourage you to keep a positive mind, because things will work out in the end, but it just takes you and I and everyone around us to make these small changes in our lives. You might be feeling a little bit of confusion or uncertainty right now, and I just want to reassure you that all of this is completely normal. There are people around you who are also going through similar things, but I want you to know that there are also people who are there for you, who will be able to talk to you, who will be able to comfort and provide that sense of reassurance in your life. So please don't be afraid to reach out, to speak out, because things will get better. Things will take time, but there is going to be a happy ending to this. It's coming. It will just take a little bit of time.
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie, 'cause we always get